Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this video is all about the full moon of the 15th of November 2024. Pursue your needed positive revolution amid chaos and blocks. Let me tell you now about the 6 key energies involved in the November full moon. And I suggest the best possible ways of dealing with these energies, super explosion that they are, after giving you the dates and the details. So the first one is Mars opposite Pluto. This full moon is a time of feeling very washed out, but hopefully in some cases being open to receive and spiritually use this great empowerment torrent. This is from the power explosion of Mars opposite Pluto, which was exact in the days around November the 3rd and is still super strong. Mars was opposed to Pluto at the date of the new moon, and Mars will be opposition Pluto twice again, with Mars retrograde opposite Pluto on the 3rd of January, and Mars direct again opposite Pluto on the 24th of April. 3 storming of the Bastille type energies affecting the whole world. But this is of course a clarion call for each of us to come into our proper power now at the time of this great transit. And of course this transit coincides with the Pluto return of the United States. So the November full moon is at 29 Vedic Aries, conjunct Uranus, revolution. And it's in Kritika Nakshatra, ruled by the Sun, symbol a knife. And Sun is at 29 Vedic Libra in Vishaka Nakshatra, whose symbol is the triumphal arch. Wow. That's the moon at 24 Taurus and the Sun at 24 Western Scorpio, by the way, in Western astrology. Do go to my November 2024 month page on my Star Wheel Astrology website to see the Vedic and Western charts and ephemeris for this full moon and for the whole month. And there you can see the degrees the planets are at and the aspects for this full moon. Okay, energy number 2 of the 6, it couldn't be more different. Saturn is stationary and turning direct at the moment of this full moon. So what with Mars opposite Pluto and Saturn stationary direct, this is push-pull energy. It's having strong conditions laid on us as well as power explosion energy at the same time. This is because Saturn turns direct from being retrograde on the day of this full moon at 18 Vedic Aquarius. This is a totally oppositional energy compared to Mars opposition Pluto. And Saturn stationary direct will compel us to complete unfinished business in our life and in our work, and to get us prepared for our needed new path of revolution amid all the chaos. And you must realise that Saturn's demands are karmic, and if we ignore them, it is we who suffer. But if we do the Saturn work, then Saturn's reward is golden reaping. Point number 3. There's Uranus and Jupiter both in Vedic Taurus. I use the word revolution about this now because the third great factor is actually each of us being called to effect exactly that, revolution. Now this will be to varying degrees depending on the aspects between the chart of the full moon and where Uranus and Jupiter are in Vedic Taurus, and the planets in our natal chart and the different houses. In other words, on the aspects each of us receive from the chart of the full moon, and yes, from Mars opposite Pluto, and yes, from Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. In other words, the Uranus-Jupiter revolution current each of us receive will be different. Now this Uranus-Jupiter revolution is huge. It started on the 14th of July. That was Mars had just entered Vedic Taurus and Mars hit Uranus, which was conjunct the dreadful fixed star Algol. This is storming of the Bastille energy. The storming of the Bastille energy current in the houses of our birth chart that were affected. And then Mars went on to hit Jupiter, also in Vedic Taurus, a month later on the 14th of August. So Jupiter is expansion, blessing, divine sense of purpose at its highest spiritual level. So yes, if we're open to it, the potentially revolutionary spiritual dimensions in our awareness will be massively developed and expressed in our actions and expressed in the way we each hold ourselves in this life. Now, at the time of this November full moon, Uranus is at 1 Taurus and Jupiter's at 24 Taurus. Okay, point number 4 is huge too. There's an utterly rare, very long-lasting visionary talent triangle. So fourthly, do absolutely be aware that in the background, there's so important to know and totally rare intuitive visionary currents. This is the utterly rare talent triangle, the base of which is Pluto trine Uranus, where each of these two planets are sextile to the apex planet Neptune. So that's Pluto at 5 Vedic Capricorn, Uranus at 1 Vedic Taurus, and Neptune at 3 Vedic Pisces. And do note that off and on, in the upcoming months, Neptune is conjunct the worst fixed star energy, Shayat. It was exact, in fact, on the 14th of July when this energy started to run. And Neptune's conjunct Shayat again on the 13th of January. So Pluto's in Vedic Capricorn, depth, revolution, death and rebirth. And its trine, revolutionary Uranus, the storming of the Bastille. And each of those is sextile Neptune, which is his highest, is vision, great sensitivity. So in more detail, Uranus-Pluto is coming into your power through revolution. It's the collapse of the old order and creation of the new in your life. It's the process of power transformation. It's extraordinary powers of creation. But beware the negative potentials of impatience, scatter, fanaticism and dogma, etc. Now, Pluto-Neptune is clairvoyant vision, it's second sight. It's delving into unusual and supernatural phenomena. It's mysticism and self-knowledge by inner realization. Whereas Uranus-Neptune is inspiration, spiritual cognition and understanding, and long journeys. What a combination to give to our lives if only we take the time to identify with these energy currents, work on them regularly, and develop our powers and methods. Now you can see the triangle in the Western lunation charts on my November 24 month page on my Star Wheel Astrology website. It's under the More drop-down, by the way. And amazingly, this talent triangle The aspects run until June 2028. This is a record. Do the vision work, get the healing, find out how your chart is affected. Do the work to grow those areas of your personality and life. You can get a reading from me to analyse what rebirth and revolution and vision work is indicated for you at this time. Go to my Star Wheel Astrology buy page. It's a wonderful time. I would say that I've just had a massive reading and healing from the psychic on our Love Star dating website. That's from Dr. Elizabeth Hendricks. She's able just to see, the energies in our body and our chakras to pull out, the wounds that are blocking us and to set us on a path of healing. So, you can go to the Love Star dating website and click on her link there. She's also got a page on the Star Wheel Astrology website. She's truly exceptional, massively qualified. Okay, Venus is square the nodal axis. That's energy number 5. So look into how you are faring with Venus issues, of love, sexuality, value, relationship, beauty and art at this time, because Venus energies could well take on quite a big, fated or ancestral insight offering to each of us now if we spend the time to look into, what we're learning about our Venus issues at the time of this full moon. Venus is at 10 Vedic Sagittarius, K2 South Node is in the healer's sign, 9 Virgo. Rahu North Node is opposite in the intuitive Pisces sign at 9 degrees Pisces. Lastly, a brief note, but important to know about Mercury retrograde. Mercury turns retrograde at 28 Scorpio on November the 26th. So the thing is, we're in the shadow of that now. So what might be the best way of dealing with all this so as to make the best gains from it ourselves? Well, the first thing is that we have to expect overload and chaos. Hearing that being said will really help each of us. So it's crucial to make space for, connecting with ourself and our healed self, to make space for intuitive and vision work, maybe shamanic journeying, magical work. Take steps to come better into your full power potential at this uniquely special time. The methods that are right are individual. They vary from person to person. If it's any help, I personally do a vision work session every Friday. So in my case, I use tarot. I draw a tarot card or two. But then I go on a shamanic journey to go deep into the message of the card. And then I do an exercise to weave the insights into my consciousness and set intentions. And then every day following, I do special work around my special focus issue. You can get in touch with me for an astrology reading and I'll share that approach with you if you think it's right for you. But my point is, you have to decide what is your special focus now, and you mustn't let the opportunity just go down the drain at this special time. So each of us has to set our intention, and I say it's good to renew that intention setting and internalising it through a daily piece of work or twice a day. So do get an astrology reading with me now to read your natal chart and your current and year ahead predictive astrology. I always give a wonderful depth interpretation of both your Vedic astrology and your Western astrology in the same reading. Vedic astrology is orientated to our life purpose, fate and destiny and our karmic issues, and how that manifests in our consciousness and actions in this life. Whereas Western astrology is orientated to our egoic self and the unfoldment of that, or individuation process. We need both. They complement each other. And remember, my reading can include working with you to define your key challenges and key goals now, hearing what you have to say, working out a response to that, and suggesting power methods of realizing them. So, for example, you can have a reading, an astrology reading, plus a follow-up vision realization work session, creating healing. You can do this through booking an astrology reading combined with a follow-up shamanic journey. So the astrology reading can be booked through the Star Wheel Astrology buy page, and the shamanic journey can be booked through the shamanism page on my Druid Forest School website. So, to get a reading, go to Star Wheel Astrology buy page. To get a shamanic healing, go to the shamanism page on Druid Forest School. See the wonderful healings offered worldwide by my wife Maggie Pashley at www.maggiepashley.com. All these links are below the YouTube and on the blog that goes with the video. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Michael Conneely. And please do subscribe to my Star Wheel Astrology blog, starwheelastrology.com blog. Do join our Star Wheel Astrology Facebook page. Massive detail, but graspable. I hope I've conveyed it clearly, and I hope that if you feel the need to do empowerment and healing and vision work now, this will have been of help and value to you. Thank you.